In the summer of 2016, Remy had complaints of shoulder pain, and we thought maybe it was her backpack because she rode her bike to school. And the pain persisted for a couple weeks, and then it would go away. In the beginning, I wasn't worried. I thought, you know, her backpack is really heavy. But as time went on, I felt like something is wrong, something's not right. We need to find out what's going on. When I went and picked up the MRI results, I had all of these things in my hands and I was kind of hurrying to get to the car. And I got in the car and I read the results and it just, it took my breath away. I was like, no. I work in healthcare, but you just don't ever see that coming. You're not prepared for that. Ewing sarcoma is very rare. There's only about 225 cases a year in the United States. It's not genetic. They're not quite sure why it happens. It just does. When Remy was being worked up and seeing specialists, the surgeon that we went to see was very frank with her, and we knew where things stood, but he told her that her prognosis was about 37% chance of survival. She did 17 cycles of chemotherapy over a 10-month time frame, where she had chemo every week, multiple times a week, and once a month she had a week off. And in the midst of that, she had 6 weeks of radiation therapy. Everything else in your life keeps going, nothing stops. So you're still having to, go to work and pay your bills and take your kids to their sports activities. Everything else that you're doing, go to the grocery store, make dinner, none of that stops. So you have to try to find a way to do it as best you can, and modify as best you can, and leave out some of it. Some of it just didn't happen because the focus was getting Remy better. Remy's amazing. She handled it like, if you could write a textbook and say this is how you need to do it, that's what Remy did. For example, she had her first port failed and she had to have another port put in, and that meant surgery. And I thought, I don't want to tell her, she's going to be upset. And I said, Remy, you need to have a new port. And she said, okay. And she just went with it every single day. She did everything she needed to do.
You just have to take every day at a time. I mean, life is definitely worth living, You just have to have always a positive outlook on everything to make your day the best it can be, because you never know when it's going to be your last day.
I think the hardest part for me was just watching Remy and seeing that she had to go through that as a 10-year-old. She was diagnosed when she was 10, and no 10-year-old child anywhere should have to go through anything like this. And to see your baby there, knowing that there's only so much you can do, and you're just hoping and praying that God's plan is to keep her here with us, and not take her. We all spend money on different things, whether it's coffee or movies, takeout, anything like that. But if you could think about maybe not doing that once a week and taking that money and putting it towards such an awesome cause, $2 makes a difference, $5 makes a difference. It all adds up. It all helps our kids.